Simplification of fractions. Right, we've done this sort of work before in earlier grades, so I'm just going to refresh your memory. You have the likes of a over b times by c over d would equal ac over bd, where b and d may not equal 0. The reason for that is because if you have 0 in your denominator, the answer becomes non-real. The next one is a over b plus c over b is equal to a plus c over b, where b cannot equal 0 for the same reason. Here's the third one. You've got a over b divided by c over d is equal to a over b times by d over c. We call this tip and times, because you go from divide and you flip your denominator and your numerator like this and like that, and you get AD over BC, where BC may not equal 0. And D may also not equal 0. Right, let's do an example. Let's start with AX minus B plus X minus AB over AX squared minus ABX, where X may not equal 0 and X may not equal B. Okay, so you've got your first step. Your first step is to factorize. So you'll say AX minus AB. Why would you do that? Well, you'll see in the next step. It's purely to group your terms and then factorize. So you'll say plus x minus b, all of this over ax squared minus abx. This then equals a, because you're pulling out this a from here. You then say it is x minus b plus x minus b, all of that over a x. Why would you say that? Because ax comes here and ax isn't there. So then you'd say x minus b. Let's take our step 2. Common factor. Common factor would be x minus b. And the reason we say that is because you've got this over here and this over here. We'd then say a plus 1, because there's an imaginary 1 over here. You then have ax times by x minus b. These two cancel. You're left with your step 3, which was cancelling. You then have a plus 1 over ax. And there's your answer. Easy game. Let's do another one quickly. It's call this number 2. We'll say x squared minus x minus 2 over x squared minus 4 divided by x squared plus x over x squared plus 2x. X may not equal 0, and it also x may not equal minus 2, plus or minus 2, as a result of the denominators. Right, so let's do our first step. Let's factorize the numerator and the denominator. This will give you x plus 1 times x minus 2. And the reason is we did the cross method, where we said you have x over here, and then you have a 2 and a 1 from over here. You then multiply them, and you say x times 1 would be x, and x times 2 would be 2x. You need to find minus 1x, so you'd say minus 2 plus 1. So you put your plus here and your minus here, put your brackets, and that's exactly what you get above over here. So let's write that out nice and neatly. Let's say x plus 1 times x minus 2. For the bottom, you have a difference of squares, so you'd have x plus 2, x minus 2. If you can't remember, just go and check out the video for the difference of squares. Okay, now we need to do the right hand side. So the right hand side would be divided by x, open bracket, x plus 1 over x plus 2. What's our step 2? It's that tip and times rule. We can already cancel though. So let's quickly cancel there and cancel there. Now let's tip and times. So you'll have x plus 1 over x plus 2 multiplied by, let's cancel over here. You can see there's an x and an x that we can cancel. Let's call it x plus 2 over x plus 1. Step 3. You'd be able to cancel again. So I'm just going to use the same color so you can stay in touch. It'll be x plus 2 cancels with x plus 2, leaving you with a 1 here and a 1 here. You have x plus 1 and x plus 1, leaving you with a 1 here and a 1 here. You then have 1 over 1 times 1 over 1, and your answer is equal to 1. Easy game.